Dawn at OSIJEK, seen from the only road now open into the town. Despite being surrounded by Serbian federal forces on three sides, the rush hour looks much as normal, including one of the very few passenger trains still running in Croatia. OSIJEK, the capital of the eastern region of the state, has continued to function despite being the focus of some of the fiercest bombardment from federal forces dug into the east, north and south. On the eastern fringes of town, Daniel Babic was angry. He'd just coped with a recent tank barrage on OSIJEK's oil depot, which he runs. The main container here burnt for 3 days and nights after federal forces attacked from across no man's land 2 miles away. It's believed it was retaliation for Croatia closing a pipeline into Serbia. Who fired the rocket?
It is responsible Yugoslav army and genetics and Serbo communists. It's very not clever man.
Why did
stupid boys, stupid. They don't love Croatia.
Beneath the town centre, OSIJEK's hospital now functions underground. Its basements become wards because artillery and aerial bombardments continue. These men were all Croatian militias injured in clashes.
I was hit by a sniper in OSIJEK. He was firing from across the river, from Baranja.
I was hit by shrapnel from a howitzer, here and here.
Outside, it's obvious enough why the beds are below ground. A doctor here said the damage was done as Croats fought to seize the local barracks. The hospital was in the way.
Because it is 100 meters and it was directly from there to here.
Now, when that happened, were there soldiers firing from the hospital to the barracks?
No.
On one side of the road, the wrecked barracks, and on the other, destroyed houses. It was clear that as Croats fought to seize the federal barracks, OSIJEK had witnessed a firefight of enormous proportions. Inside the barracks, Tito's statue somehow survived it all. There were no guards here, so we went in and came upon a scene of complete destruction. An armoured personnel carrier abandoned where it had stood as federal troops fled, surrendered, or died. Ammunition boxes strewn about in makeshift barricades. Caps left where they'd fallen during the assault. Even half-eaten rations by a foxhole. The armory had been ransacked by Croats after they'd taken control, though live mines and rockets still remained among the debris. In the offices, dust-covered maps and papers of the 12th Proletarian Division. Outside, the rumble of continued shelling, inside abandoned insignia. Equipment for maintaining the 12th Division's materiel lay abandoned much as they'd left it. Only the bodies and weapons had been taken away. As those who could flee in tanks did so, they left many other vehicles lacking armour to the effects of incoming rocket-propelled grenades. The firing's still going on, even though this barracks has been liberated. Indeed, it's been comprehensively destroyed. But outside OSIJEK, we've been told there are at least 2 barracks still occupied by federal forces surrounded by Croatian militia. Now, whilst that's the case, it's clear today in OSIJEK that neither the Croatians nor the Serbian-dominated National Army have much interest in abiding by a ceasefire. The noise of gunfire rolled across the river east of OSIJEK, where the bridge is down, severing the town from the Baranja region, where fighting continued all morning, a mockery of the ceasefire elsewhere. And on the road south from OSIJEK, one of the tanks that fled the barracks stopped in its tracks by a rocket. Small numbers of Croatians hold the northern part of this village, Tienja, whilst federal forces maintain a garrison to the south. It's 1 mile down this road, but as we moved forward, snipers opened up, preventing further progress. Croatian militias here think the ceasefire's a joke. It's not happening, and they don't want it anyway. Emil told us he'd now learned to distinguish between the stench of animal and human corpses in these abandoned houses. And across the fields another puny frontline defence, and similar message about ceasefire.
We are in our country, it's Croatia. We are Croatian soldiers. We're fighting for freedom.
So you don't want ceasefire?
No.
Here, from their trench, they could see at least 2 federal tanks. They thought there might be 20 more, so we told them, in fact, the figure's nearer 50. Not that it'll make any difference. They want to fight on here, and having taken OSIJEK's barracks, they believe they can win. Alex Thompson, ITN.